Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Final Siren Podcast, or welcome to the Final Siren Podcast. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. We appreciate all of our subscribers. Now, the last video we talked about how we were starting the tipping comp. Everything was going swell. We talked about the games we're going to be watching this week for the opening week of BBL. The opening week is done now. There's a game currently going on as we speak, which is Perth Scorchers versus Hobart Hurricanes. Hobart, I'm pretty sure, already have a score on the board. Perth trying to chase it down. By the way, big congratulations to the Aussies who did a great job earlier this week against South Africa. It was a very short test, usually, obviously, given the 5 days, but only lasted the 2, boys. Before we get into the BBL, do you want to have a quick discussion about that test match and what were your thoughts throughout it? We'll start with Faraz.
Yeah, look, obviously as an Aussie, happy to get a victory here, but yeah, obviously look I think even for us Australian fans, you never like to see a test finish in like 2 days. I mean, England couldn't compete, got bowled for 60 odd and all that. You want to see like at least 3 days of test cricket. It's just not good for the game, I think, in general, if test matches are finishing inside 2 to 3 days. So look, I'm not complaining too much. We're happy to get the win. We haven't beaten South Africa in our last 3 home series, but yeah, look, hopefully the next test is more competitive.
Yep, definitely. What about you, Davos? What was your thoughts on the series?
Yeah, it was good to get the win. It was I mean, and I know it finished in 2 days, but at least South Africa took it up to the fight, and Rabada I thought bowled really well for them, and congratulations to Mitchell Starc who recently just took 300 wickets. So yeah, very happy as an Aussie fan to get the win.
Yeah, definitely. Same thoughts
Also,
for me.
I just mentioned that delivery from Nortje to get Smith out in the first innings. That was a beautiful peach.
It was honestly, it was a great test match. Usually, obviously, I love test matches. It's my favorite form of cricket. It's the most pure form, in my opinion. I know Faraz agrees with that. I'm not sure, Davos, I'm not too sure where you stand on
Test
that.
cricket. Test cricket, 100%. Yeah.
Test cricket. So we're all test cricket lovers here. Absolutely love the sport. And also, Harry Rector, right on the money. Scotty Boland, how good is he? Which leads a bit of discussion.
With Hazelwood coming back to the mix for the second test, would you honestly would you just keep Scotty Boland over Hazelwood? I know it's a bit weird because Hazelwood is one of our frontline pacers, but at the MCG, are you really not going to let Scotty Boland play, especially what he's done in Brizzy?
You have to play him.
I was going to ask the exact same question because I'm thinking it's so tough because Hazelwood, obviously very solid bowler, is always very consistent. He's Mr. Consistent for us. He's like, if we're comparing to NRL terms, that's what I know best. He's like our Dylan Edwards. He shows up every time he plays. Always will get a couple of wickets. But I don't know. I'm not dropping Scotty Boland at the G. Maybe if it was at the SCG, maybe I'd bring Hazelwood back in. But you can't drop Scotty Boland after the game he's just had. Also considering he's playing at the MCG where he did take I forgot what the finishing score was, but at one point it was six for seven. Yeah, I'm not sure.
This might be a bit of a left field option, but if you want to play, obviously it might be a bit of a dumb decision to play 5 specialist bowlers. But I know Cameron Green did absolutely nothing wrong. But let's be real, you can't leave Hazelwood out, you can't leave Boland out, you can't leave Lyon out, you can't leave Starc out, and you can't leave.
And you obviously can't leave Captain out. So
exactly.
I don't think they'll leave out Green.
Honestly, at this point, I'll let Jarvis open with Uzi. I mean, Warner's not even doing anything at the moment. Might as well.
I mean, Scott Boland's been doing nothing wrong. Play Scott Boland as an opener with Usman Khawaja at this point.
He's one run, got the loudest cheer of the day.
Bro, Rabada's a beast.
He's a very good bowler.
He's a very good bowler. One of my favorite.
Very
bowlers.
fast.
Davis, did you see that interview with Rabada and Cummins together?
Yeah, I did see that.
Rabada,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Back in 2015, I used to absolutely hate Rabada, but now I just love him.
Yeah, he used to be aggressive, but you can understand where he's coming from. Want to be competitive. Nice.
By the way, leave those questions in the chat. We will get to them at the end. Obviously, as you can see, Lachlan's not here with us tonight. He has stuff going on at the moment, stuff he needs to do. But tomorrow night, we're doing a commentary of the game, which I do believe is Sydney Thunder versus Adelaide Strikers. The rematch last time did not go so well. The Strikers got a pretty subpar total of was it a bit over 140, and Oh, the Thunder. My oh my, the lowest score in T20 cricket history.
In senior level cricket as well.
Exactly. It's just was not good to watch. But tomorrow night, hopefully it's a bit better game. We'll do a bit of commentary on that. Lachlan will be back. So get in there. Make sure you watch that tomorrow. Should be a cracking game. Now, boys, obviously love the Test cricket talk. Love all that. But we'll move on to the BBL, the main reason we're all here. The game results and discussions, boys. We'll start off with the first game to open the season, which was a very entertaining one for us, but not so much for Davos. Mate, Thunder vs Stars. What were your thoughts on this game?
You can let Dable start, your team.
Yeah, it was a bit 50-50. I mean, obviously, I hate seeing the Stars lose, don't get me wrong, but, the fact that we made like 122, I'm pretty sure, the pitch was quite like sluggish into pace, so I'm not using that as an excuse because, let's be real, I mean, we should have made more, but I mean, I'm very, very proud of the boys for taking it up to the last ball, and yeah, it was just a little bit unlucky, but, give credit to Jason Sanger and the Thunder bowlers. I thought they were really good, especially that I thought Faruqi was pretty good. And wait, did I get it right, Faruqi?
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah. I was getting him mixed up with the Sixers bloke, but yeah, I thought he bowled well, and Stars just didn't bat well. So yeah, no one to blame but ourselves. But I'm still proud of the boys for taking up to the last ball with that total.
Yeah. Well said, Faraz. What about you? What was your thoughts on
it
the
looked
game?
to be like a dead first up for the game. Obviously 120. Probably thought Thunder would chase it easily, but boy, oh boy, the Stars gave it to them. And at one point, you probably thought the Stars were going to run away with it. And towards the end, when it was 7 off 3, even though it was still in Thunder's hand, you sort of thought Sandy on strike. Who was it that was one in the last over? Was it Webster?
Yeah, Webster.
Yeah, Webster bowled the last
Yeah,
over.
I think it was
Special
bowling
shout
well.
out.
I think he was bowling well to that point, but obviously he's not a frontline bowler, so he lost the plot. Sandy hit that 6, and then Thunder just got over. Unlucky for Joe Clark as well. Brilliant player, but these things happen to us. And at the end of the day, yes, that did happen, but it wasn't entirely his fault. It was more of the batting's fault. So I think, look, tough loss for the Stars, but obviously we're going to jump into that next game for them. They bounced back really strong at the G for Shane Warne, so that was a great game for them. But, hey, we love that close game at all. Great way to start the season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, special shout out to Bo Webster. Obviously, not your typical bowler. He's not one of the better bowlers for your team. But I mean, he did what was required of him, and I mean, it's very unlucky for him that last ball was missed by Joe Clark. Was a bit of a tough one, obviously for Stars fans to take, but oh my goodness, it was a good game. I couldn't take my eyes away. That I like Faraz said, I thought it was going to be a bit of a dead game there, but towards the end, those last 5 overs, I did not leave the TV. But I'll give us a quick update before we move on to the next game, Strikers vs Sixers. In the current game, the Scorchers were just none for 43 after 3 overs. We're now 6 overs in. They're 3 for 51. So tiny bit of a collapse here. They've only got 8 runs, 3 wickets for 8 runs from the last 3 overs. So not exactly how they want to start, and that's all thanks to Paddy Dooley so far. 2 for 5 from 2 overs. Brilliant bowling. But boys, Strikers versus Sixers. Fraz, we'll let you start this time because it's your team. What were your thoughts on this game? Obviously, Chris Lynn, the ex-Brizzy boy, debuting for his team. What's your thoughts?
First of all, fuck me dead. But look, credit to the Strikers. Let's not take away from this. Sixers were coming to this game red hot favourites. Most people didn't really give Strikers a chance at home regardless. But look, Strikers, this is what happens when you turn up, especially at a home game. You play with confidence, you back yourselves. Look what happened. And they absolutely pummeled the Sixers. It just felt like a mismatch, honestly. Sixers were never in that game after Short and Lynn played that innings. Lynn, the chief win when he came to the crease was absolutely outstanding. And boy, didn't he deliver. He's proven a lot of people wrong so far with his 2 innings. Yeah, look, the Sixers will be devastated with this. They didn't really show any intent in the second innings, which pissed me off even more. Like, you can't win every game, but at least show some intent and try, especially with the net run rate being a huge factor in the Big Bash. Look, not the ideal way to start for the boys, and they didn't back it up in the next game as well. So credit to the strikers. They're looking at, honestly, if they can keep this form up, they're batting. Matt Short, Chris Lynn. If Weatherald can find some runs, and then you look at their bowling, Peter Siddle, Henry Thornton on fire, Rashid Khan.
Where's Agar?
That
That's a
honestly could
great
win them.
bowling lineup.
That could honestly win them the comp if they get it all gelling together. They've already bowled. Okay, mind you, like they made an embarrassment of the Thunder, but Sixers and Thunder, these two were top 4 sides last year, and they've just bamboozled them, especially beating Thunder at spotless and bowling them the way they did. It was insane. So watch out for the strikers. Hopefully they can continue for their sake. They look so dangerous to beat right now. I'd say they're even favorites over the Sixers based on what we see.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, heading into this season, Scorchers were the main favourites with Sixers in second place. But I don't know, strikers, they look some sort of different breed this season. It's great to see. I can't wait to see how they go. And like you said, their bowling attack is amazing. And one of their players we'll talk about, especially in depth, a bit later. But we'll move on. To Davis. We'll move on to you. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought the strikers really got going with the bat. I mean, Chris Lynn was really good. Short, I mean, brilliant innings, 84, and was actually pretty underrated with the ball. I mean, I think he bowled up front, and I know he didn't take any wickets, but like he was still economical. I thought Jose played a very underrated innings, 40 off 28, I'm pretty sure, and look, the Sixers just never got going, to be honest. Like Thornton and Rashid Khan just tore their batting apart, and no one besides Philippi got like a solid start, and Silk played pretty well, but they just needed more around them, because if you want to win T20 games, you need to have at least 2 batters that make a big score, and the Sixers just didn't have that. So, yeah,
definitely. It was their bowling attack is crazy when you think about it, and I really can't wait to see how they go with this year. I honestly, for me at the moment, they're favourites. I know we're only 2 games in, but after the performances they've put up, especially that bowling against the Thunder. I mean, you can say what you want about Thunder. Thunder did play bad, but that bowling was mesmerizing. Completely,
especially when defending a low score. Like, mind you, like the scorecard in the end looks silly, but strikers only got 139.
Yeah. Exactly. It was a very good score, very good protection of that score. Reminded me a bit of what Stars tried to do and nearly got there in the end. But sorry, Davis, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But I mean, who knows? It's great to see. It's great to see for our game that the strikers are doing well, and I can't wait to see how far they go this season. Me personally, but boys, that I've pretty much summed up what I had to say there. Next game. Oh no.
Oh, unlucky Noah.
Why? I'll start on this one, obviously. Fucking hell. First off, we were bowling shit to start, and then we bowled really well, and then we started bowling shit again. So I wasn't sure what to make of that. Nick Madden's a brilliant performance from him. That was the end of the story. Nick did his job. Aaron Finch came in and did nothing like usual. And I mean, then the Heat collapse. Story of the past few years. But I mean, I don't really have much to say about this game. Munro looked pretty good in his first hit out in teal. Brown looked. I mean, the shot he played, to be fair, it looked like it was getting to the rope, and then last second it just wasn't. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think we can really bring it to them on Wednesday night. But I want to hear what you boys thought of the game. We'll go to Davis next.
Yeah, it was a very very interesting game. look, obviously, I don't really look very highly on the Renegades, but you got to give credit where credit's due. I thought Akil Hossein was very good with the ball, 3 for 15, didn't leak any boundaries, and I mean, I know he's an ex-Stars player, but I'm very happy for Nick Manson. I'm very glad he's scoring runs again and enjoying his cricket again. With the Heat, there were patches where they showed some really good cricket, but then there were patches where they were just horrible. Like Billings was playing well, Munro was looking good till I think the Munro run out changed the game.
Oh, I was going to say that changed the course.
That changed the whole game on its head, and that's just where it fell apart for the Heat. And look, I really hope you guys beat the Renegades, but you got to give credit where credit's due. Just hats off to the Gades, and they played some really good cricket.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good game from the Gades, and yeah, I mean that is what it is. Faraz, what were your thoughts on the game though?
Well, obviously, I called it a few days ago. I called the Renegades to cause an upset, and they proved me right. Look,
yeah, we get it.
Obviously, it's not for the Heat. It's obviously not the ideal performance, but I think in compared to other years, this loss isn't as bad as what other losses would be for the Heat. But like Devil said, there were patches where the Heat were in the game. Like if you take away Nick Madison's innings, Renegades aren't probably going anywhere in that batting innings. So to be fair, Heat didn't really bowl that bad. Bazley was on fire. Butler didn't have the best of days, but happens to the best of us. He's still their best bowler. People calling for him to be dropped is just got to get your facts right. He's one of your best players. And the batting, once again, the batting for the Heat, the collapses. They just, I didn't tip them to make finals with this batting performance. Like Billings, it is his first game, but he's probably got to do better than what he showed. Munro looked all right. That Brown guy can hit it. I know he only made 5 runs, but to be fair, that catch was just a blinder, and that was probably going to go for 6. Look, I don't think it was the worst performance, but Renegades just played simply outstanding, and that Munro runner, that just changed the whole course of the game. From there, I think the Renegades started to become favourites, and they took that form with them to the end. So, look, it's only the first game, so I can't really comment too much on the Heat, but looking how Renegades batted yesterday, if the Heat don't fix their shit up, Renegades are going to go harder at them.
Yeah. Renegades are another team where I had them placing second last for this season, and after the couple of performances I've seen from them, I'm ready to say they're going to contend for finals this year. Just a few teams have been very unconvincing to me. Sadly, the Heat in that effort. I mean, I have to see another couple games from the Heat before I fully make up my mind on how unconvinced I am. But the Thunder, their few games have been pretty unconvincing to me. The Stars have looked all right. I mean, their win against the Hurricanes was quite good.
They could have been 2-2, honestly, literally. So.
Yeah, honestly, and honestly, I think the Stars fans keep your head up. I think you're not going to get the spoon this season. For me, I think that's probably it could be between Thunder and Hurricanes for me. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. But Stars versus Canes is the next game. Davis, we'll get you started off here as well. This one was a bit more in your favor of this result. What did you think of the game?
Yeah, very, very happy. And obviously the first person I'm going to congratulate on the Stars was Joe Clark. I mean, what a fabulous innings that was, 101. He set the tone from the start and the rest of the batters followed. I mean, Webster played a good innings. Obviously Stoinis got out for a duck, but he's just out of form at the minute. I'm sure he'll get back. But Joe Clark, what an innings that was. That was just fabulous. He was playing shots all over the ground, and I think he really shut up his doubters and haters from that last game. And I was very happy. And with the bowlers, I thought Luke Wood was outstanding. He came back from that game against the Thunder where he was a little bit off. Zampa was I call Zampa Mr. Consistent, as just good as always. And Coulter Nile's a bit of a dark horse here because if he stays injury-free, he's already showing what he can produce. I mean, he was very good against the Thunder and he was very good against the Hurricanes. So,
yeah, I agree.
Very good performance. And a big shout-out to Matthew Wade. I mean, yes, he made a run of ball 35, but, he was probably one of the only batters that actually tried for the Hurricanes. So, yeah.
Well said. Faraz, what's your thoughts on this game?
Well, first of all, congratulations, mate. It was a good performance, good comeback for the Stars. They shut up a lot of people that are doubting on them, especially one of our members here. But no, look, the Stars, they've shown what they can do. And I think the most impressive thing about this win is that you didn't have Glenn Maxwell. Marcus Stoner's got a duck, but you still put runs on the board. I think that's the main takeaway from this win. It shows that the Stars can still score runs even without Maxwell and Stoner's being there. So I think this is a big positive. Joe Clark, talk about redemption stories. This is a great one. He would have probably forgot about that night quickly with that innings, match-winning innings in the end. Luke Wood bowled well. Trent Bolt wasn't the best, but he'll get better. He was good in the first game. So, look, the Stars, like, they're one of the things that are competing. Like, we all thought they would compete for the spoon, but seeing from what we saw, they could have honestly been 2-2. They needed to defend in 127. And mind you, like, Thunder were playing at home, basically, at Canberra. That's the home game. So, Melbourne, I probably should have stuck with my gut and tipped them at home, but I'm excited for the Stars, honestly. If they can keep this up, they'll be there in the finals, no doubt.
Definitely. That's well said. Same for me. I think you boys have wrapped this up tremendously, this game. I personally didn't get to actually watch this game. Obviously, stuff happens. Stuff goes on, and you're not able to watch some of the games. But I'll trust your word for it. Looking at the score alone, I did see like one in the innings break. I saw Stars were up by that much, and I was thinking, fuck, I should have tipped them. That's the first thing I was thinking. But yeah. It is what it is, and but Stars, congratulations, Davos, on getting that win, the first win of the season for your mighty Stars. Hopefully, the Brisbane Heat can do the same on Wednesday. But now, this is the game I'm most excited to talk about.
Yes,
Thunder versus Strikers.
Can Faraz go first since he goes for sixes, and then Thunder are the rivals? Because I can't wait to look at it.
Faraz, lead us off on this one because I'm ready to go whenever you are ready to go.
Oh, well, Thunder fans, there was this one fan page on Instagram talking your crap and your shit. Yeah, you come after the Sixers, mate.
we all know who it is, Faraz. He's a bit of a troll, eh?
I'm not even joking, boys. Like, whether I'm a Sixers fan or not, that was the most embarrassing thing I've seen on a cricket field so far. Like, how? I've simply got no words. Like, I'm a Sixers fan. Take no word. I'm enjoying this, but how did this happen? Literally, I can't believe my eyes. You guys weren't even chasing 170, 180. There was no scoreboard pressure. You're playing at home, and you guys are representing Sydney. Thank God the Sixers have won two out of the last 3 seasons. We're at least like putting a name for this. The Thunder, like, isn't already bad. You lost to us twice last year, and now this shit. Oh man, that one page. You can talk all your shit you want, but hey, at the end of the day, look, we've still played the top tier sides. At least we didn't get bowled up for 15. That's all I'm going to say. Literally, you want to talk your shit? That literally just sums it up for you. And congratulations, you lost to the Renegades yesterday. So there you go. Now, but on a serious note, though, the Strikers, congratulations. This is probably like the best Big Bash victory you've probably seen in a while. Like, I've got no words, honestly. Imagine being a Strikers fan right now.
You'd be on top of the world. Davos, what were your thoughts on this game?
Mate, was I watching like K-grade cricket or something like that? But I'm not joking. Like, how do you get bowled out for 15?
Wait, Davos, who did you say?
I said, did I just watch K-grade cricket?
Even K-grade could score more than 15, honestly. I'm not
how do you actually get bowled out for 15? That's a funny thing. And the hilarious thing was, you're chasing 140. You're not chasing like 200. And I was pissing myself. Like, the stupidity of some of those Thunder batsmen, the shots that they played was just, it was laughable. Like, I think there were like 9 nick behinds, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly,
like,
I swear.
They were trying to play cover drives off like
outside the line, balls not meant to be played. But it's just I don't know how like this even happens in sport. Like 15 all out, like we always take the piss and joke out of that. But seriously, like how does that happen? Like,
seriously, what did I just watch? Like, what did I just
like
watch?
Look, honestly, like a lot of people joke about this, but honestly, like it probably didn't happen. But that literally looks like match fixing because like how can someone be that bad? How can you be that bad? Like all the shots outside the line, balls not being played at. It really felt like match fixing to me. It was just so embarrassing to watch.
Okay, are we ready for mine?
Yes.
Oh, that made me embarrassed to be a cricket fan. That made me embarrassed to be a sports fan. That was, there were so many things I would have rather do than watch that game, honestly. I would have I mean, I'm pretty sure, Davos, you probably would have rather watched the was it the BBL 08 final? You probably would have rather watched that.
I'd rather watch that like 50 times than watch this game. Like this game was just bloody. It was
Bro, you expect the bloody Heat to do that, if anything, not the Thunder. But
Okay, shut up. No heat slander tolerated here. If anything, you'd expect last year's Renegades to do that. Okay, leave the heat out of it. But my goodness, you can't tell me a batting lineup that has Hales, Russo, Sanger, Ross, Sams, like. I mean, I'm not even mentioning Gilks and Davies, and Cameron Green can hold a bat as well. Sandu, he's
the winning
capable
runs
of
against the Stars.
Like, you can't tell me a team that has them has that many decent batters.
Even if you put an X of 12 Tyanders, they'll get more than 15. I bet you that. You put all bowlers there, they'll get more than 15.
The funny thing was, the shots that they were playing was just like
laughable. That was more embarrassing.
It was the shots that they played that was laughable. Like
you could put Bundy Chick out there and she would have made more runs. It's not rocket science. 15 runs. The highest, the batsman with the highest runs for the Thunder, I believe, was Brendan Doggett, whose only reason he got 4 runs was because he hit the boundary, and Henry Thornton got 5 wickets. He got more wickets than there was the highest batsman who scored runs. That's not. Oh, it's.
I love how the Thunder. If I was a Thunder bloody Instagram poster, I wouldn't have even bloody posted anything.
You know what's embarrassing as well, boys? Rashid Khan didn't even bowl.
Yeah, Rashid Khan, Peter Siddle, neither of them bowled. It was Wes Agar and Harry Thornton and 1 over from short, or 2 overs. I'm not even sure. Oh my goodness, you can't let that happen.
I know.
How do you let that happen?
Comment got 474 likes. My favorite wicket was the one where it was called behind.
Yeah, it's. I wrote that as a joke, and people. That's how relatable it is.
But it
really was.
It really was.
It was the best wicket, but it's like Stevie Wonder could go out there and do a better job, and he's blind. Like,
yeah.
So, you can't tell me that Hales, Gilks, Russo. Oh no, sorry, not Russo. Hales, Gilks, Sanger, Green, and Sandu all got out for naught, for nothing. Faruqi got more runs than Hales. How does that happen? Faruqi before this game had a total of 2 runs in T20.
I
reckon the Thunder got very cocky and
boys. You know what's funny? My brother played Clough on the day. Yeah, he got 15 runs exactly. I'm not even joking.
Put your brother in the Sydney Thunder team. He'll make them twice as good. It's not rocket science. You can't get 15 runs. There needs to be an investigation into this. It's
yeah.
Sorry,
it's just a disgrace.
We've been talking about this for a bit too long now.
Yeah,
I hope the viewers are enjoying.
Stop wasting our energy on this stupid Thunder.
But it's just. That's how good I've been waiting to talk about.
It's legit laughable. It's laughable to the.
You know what's funny, boys, as well? Like a lot of people look at this game more of Thunder, just the 15 all that, instead of strikers actually just pummeling them. Yeah. Really.
But I have something to say though. It's not all bad. To the Thunder, the Thunder fans that are watching, yes, your team may have got all out for 15. Sure, but at least now you can take a hint and open Brendan Doggett since he was the person who got the most runs for you.
Yeah.
At this point, just drop your whole team. It's just. I even saw an interview post game of Jason Sanger, and he just looked lost. He did not know what to say.
Mate, I would have just bloody walked off and bloody not even said a word. I'd be embarrassed to even talk to a bloody interviewer.
Exactly, same as me. It was a bit of a weird one, but we'll move on to the next game. Scorchers versus the Sixers. Faraz, we'll let you talk about this one first. What was your thoughts on this game?
Well, so that's back-to-back losses. And I told you guys back in the preview, like, I had us going 0-2 realistically, and it's fucking happened. I was trying to make myself look a bit unbiased, but it's happened, actually. The Sixers, they were the competition favorites, and they are... I think, honestly, they could be... I think if Hurricanes win, the Sixers would be the only team that hasn't won a game yet.
besides besides the Heat, the Sixers haven't
Oh, right.
won. I'm pretty sure.
Well, and looking at how the Canes are playing right now, like the Sixers, they got to get the shit up together. Like if they don't win on Thursday, I'm going to be at that game. But if the Sixers don't win on Thursday, they can go 0-3, and that you honestly wouldn't rule them out of spoon contention, which is crazy to say about the Sixers. But heading to this game, Scorchers were red hot favorites at Perth. I tipped the Scorchers, even though I'm a Sixers fan. We had them 50-5. Everything was looking good. I don't know what happened from there, honestly. Aaron Hardy just took the piss out of our bowlers. Sean Abbott was off. The batting, we had 12, I'm not even joking, we had bloody 12, 13 dot balls in a row. Patterson looks lost at sea, hasn't been good for us so far. Vince looks washed up right now, even though that's hard to say. But Henriques hasn't been on fire. The whole batting hasn't been on fire, except for Jordan Sook. And credit to Hayden Kerr for playing the way he did. But if your top order runs are not getting enough runs on the board, what else do you expect from the lower order to happen? So it's a disappointing start. I wouldn't want to rule out the Sixers yet, but looking at how the strikers are playing and Scorchers off being there and about, the Sixers could be behind the pecking order for the title competition. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Davos, what's your thoughts on this?
All I'll say is that if there's one team that's going to defend a low score, it's the Scorchers. In my opinion, yes, it wasn't the best batting from the
I've got to
Sixers.
apologize as well for throwing at you just because I was about.
That's all right. You can. Yeah, it's all right. I can understand your frustration, mate. But it's all right. We all have those days. But no. But it's not really bad. Okay, it's bad Sixers batting, but it's also extremely just good quality bowling from the Scorchers, like Jai Richardson, Ty, Behrendorff was outstanding. I mean, if I've got the stats up here, yeah. I mean, actually, no, I'm looking at the Sixers there. 4 wickets for 9 runs only, Jai Richardson, and he's an absolute freak. I don't know why. Exactly. He's not even in contention for. He should be in contention for all formats, but oh well, it is what it is. But it's just good quality bowling from the Scorchers, to be honest. I mean, Sixers, when I was watching the game and when the Sixers had Scorchers 5 for something, I was like, there's no way the Sixers could choke this. But Hardy played well, Agar played a good innings, and then Sixers just never got going with the bat. We all say that the Thunder played some bad shots, but I mean, not to the extent, but the Sixers also played some horrible shots as well. It just wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, definitely. For me, again, this was one of those games where I did not end up watching it, but I'll take your boys' word for it. It was, I mean, that has Sixers at the bottom of the ladder now. So it's been a tough start for the Sixers. I mean, they'll better be hoping. I mean, the next game they have is against the Hurricanes, so they'll definitely want to win.
I think that will show us. I
honestly feel like the Sixers have played the best two teams right now. Like Strikers at home, Scorchers obviously. Yeah. So I think this game will be important. It will show us if the Sixers win this, they'll still show us that they're still a top 2 side, but they got to do some work to compete with the top 2 sides up there. But if they lose this, there's actually serious problems because this is the game where it's Canes are not. Don't get me wrong, they're not an easy opposition, but they're not on the level of the Scorchers and Strikers right now. So that's in Sydney. So let's see how they go there. And
if you have a batting lineup of Philippi, Moses, and Vincey and Silk, I mean, and you lose. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not taking anything away from the Canes, but I honestly do expect the Sixers to bounce back. But if you continue to lose games with that batting order, and not even just the batting, but with the bowling as well, 100%. There is some problems.
I'll do a quick shout out to Jackson Bird, who bowled really well.
Yeah, he was very good.
Has to play. Daniel Hicks has to play. I don't know why we've dropped one of our best players.
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird decision, that one. We'll move on to the Renegades versus Thunder. This is the last game that's been played during last week. Obviously, some games to go this week. Renegades versus Thunder. Again, sadly, this was another one I didn't get the time to watch. Didn't get a time to watch either of these 2 games. But apparently, I'm guessing by the look of the score and stuff, it was possibly game of this week. Based on obviously, I think was it the Thunder who set 174 to chase, and then the Renegades making it through there with one ball left. Send us through this, boys. We'll start off with Faraz.
It's funny, Noah, you said that Finch hadn't done anything earlier, and then he played the match-winning knock to get the Renegades home. And look, the Renegades, a lot of people still have them at the bottom. I tell you what, they could honestly be playing finals right now. They're in a better position right now than the Sixers and whatnot. If they can just I feel like they can be top 5. Honestly, they've got the paper there. They've got the batting. Their bowling's good. Kane Richardson. They've got the spinner Mujib, who's really good. They're batting they are honestly going to be a tough side to beat. If Harper can get some runs and all that, Akil Hossein's been a good find. He's been economical. He was a key part in that Heat game as well in the bowling. So look, on paper, I'm not saying they're going to be title favorites or anything, but they could challenge a few good top tier sides. Don't think the Renegades are easy here. Yes, it's early days, but so far they're going to the right foot, and they've already won 2 out of 2. So I'm not sure how many games they won last year, but they're going to the right step right now. And the Thunder look much better performance. I mean, come on, 15 all that. You got to act past that, surely. And they were disappointed. It's a bit of a weird one because they did play better, but I don't know. The Renegades, Thunder on paper, are still better. So it's a bit of an odd start. So 3 games, 2 losses, and 1 win. So could have easily been 3-0 for the Thunder. So yeah, just got to see what they produce next game against the Strikers tomorrow.
Definitely. Davos, what were your thoughts on this game?
Look, this is going to be a bit of a controversial call. Look, I get the Thunder made 174, but 3 of their batters only played well. The rest were just scored really under par. I mean,
to be fair, that's T20 cricket though. You get those 2 good scores.
I get that. But some of their batters, for example, Sanger was 10 off 14, Gilks was 3 off 8, and you look at it, Alex. If it wasn't for Ross Davies and Rousseau, they wouldn't have made 174. And you could say the same for the Gades. I get that, but you got to understand that at least the Gades batsmen, except for one of them, actually was either a runner ball or ahead of the runner ball. The Gades, I'll admit that I'm wrong about the Gades because I honestly feel like you look at their team and they are not a spoon team. If they are, there is some serious problems. But shout out to Aaron Finch. I mean, Aaron Finch, you boys probably know, is one of my favourite players. I was very happy for him. Same with Madison. Fraser McGurk played really well. Hats off to him. Akil Hossain bowled really well. But yeah, they're looking. I might be a bit wrong. I mean, the Renegades are making me look silly for putting them last.
Davos, where did you have Renegades?
I had last.
Well, I changed them to 6th or something, 7th. I changed it from last. Looking at the paper.
Yeah, I changed them to 6th, but just before the season. I thought they just missed out on finals when I saw their squad, but now I'm thinking they do make finals. Honestly,
imagine they still had Mohamed Hubby in this thing as well. If they had Mohamed Hubby, they'll even be stronger. I reckon. If he was.
I reckon Strikers and Renegades could. I don't think they hold top spots in the top 5, but I think they will. I think they'll both finish top 5 based on how they've started.
Yeah, my team's 0-0. My team's 0-0, so I can't really talk about us still being favourites ahead. So yeah.
I think Scorchers definitely make it for me with how they've started. I mean, I think they're just about to win their second game now. So I think Renegade, Strikers, and Scorchers for me are going to be in the top 5 to win the season. I think it's battle for the last 2 spots between Stars, Sixers, possibly Heat. I'm not too sure Thunder hold on because they've played 3 games, which is the most out of any team so far.
I'm not gonna. We can't really comment on that because you never know. Sixers could come back. Heat could come back. Renegades could fall. So when I start really making judgments about the ladder is after around 5 games played, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But that'll do us so far for wrapping up these. But we will quickly take a look at the ladder for the BBL after this first week. The Strikers on top, 2 wins, no losses, with a net run rate of plus 4.375. That win helped their run rate. Their net run rate very much. Very positive now. I don't think they'll go into the negative at all this season based on that win. The Renegades hold second place with 2 wins, 0 losses, the same, with a net run rate of 0.611. The Scorchers in third place. They will I think they move to.
Scorchers will win this game. They're flying at the minute.
So they'll go on to second place soon. Renegades will be third. The Stars in fourth with just the win and the loss, positive net run rate there. The Thunder in 5th. Obviously, playing 3 games, they've won 1 and lost 2, and they're a very negative net run rate there of negative 2.067, I believe that is. The Heat in 6th with 0 wins and 1 loss. Obviously, another negative net run rate there. Hurricanes, and then the Sixers right at the bottom, which is a very weird sight to see. But
No, if you need a shoulder to cry on, you can cry on my shoulder for now.
Well, you probably need a shoulder to cry on more than me. Two losses. You're not used
but
to
we've
seeing
got the best team so far, I'd say. So, but yeah, at the same time, it's still got to play.
Renegades. What are they going to do? What can you do? It's T2. We've only played 1 game. It's
Can you check
T2.
the stats quickly? Like, who's the top run scorer and all that? The top wickets.
Top run score would
believe-
be Joe Clark, I'm sure. It has to be Joe. I know.
I thought it was Nick Madison.
Actually, no, that's true. It would be Nick
Check the
Madison.
stats. Check the stats. The stats are right there.
It'll be between.
Let's go stats.
How many did
Stats.
Clark-
Stats.
Sorry, where's the stats?
Next
Right
to
there,
table.
Oh, sorry. I'm acting like a boomer right now. Yeah, Nick Madison
Yeah,
on top.
yeah. I'm not
Clark
surprised.
second.
Chris Lynn.
Matt
Bro, see, even that, I've just mentioned that Jordan Silk's been firing for us and he's still in the top 5. So that's good. for him.
Which actually brings me to the next part of what I was going to talk about. I'll quickly get that off screen now. I've introduced a bowler of the week and the batsman of the week, and obviously it'd be no surprise. We'll start off with the batsman. He's leading. Obviously, he's got the golden hat at the moment. Nick Madison, 87 of 49 and 39 of 28. Some pretty decent scores there. That 87, very crucial. And that 39, a nice little score to get him underway. Boys, what did you make of his performances to open this season?
Oh, well, Dave was like, we pretty know much Nick Madison really well. He played for both of our clubs before. Like, we've seen the potential. We know he can whack the ball, but the good thing about Nick Madison now is that he's starting to come to his own. Like, he knows how to play innings, controlled innings. He can play opening in the middle, wherever you like. He can bowl a few overs if you want. Love the hair, whatever he's doing right now. Can bat, bowl, field. Like, I think, honestly, on his day, he strikes it as clean as anyone in this comp. And it's not even surprising to see him bat like the way he is. If the Renegades are to go far in this tournament, he has to step up. And I honestly felt like in that Thunder game, as long as he was there, even with the wickets falling, they still had that run chase in target with sight, with Finch still there. So shout out to Madison. He's playing really well at the moment.
Yeah, well said. What about you, Davos?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, like Faraz said, that he's played for both of our clubs. Obviously, I felt really bad when he was at the Stars because he wasn't that great. But I think the thing that I've come to the realization, I think the reason Madison was not great at the start was because we just put too much pressure on him. Like, we told him just to go at every ball, and that's not what Nick Madison's game looks like. His game is like a mixture of both. Like, he can slog them, but his strength is just staying in, and then he'll target bowlers, which he has done so far. I'm really happy for Nick Madison. I still think he should be in either the T20 or ODI series. Maybe he replaces Warner, but
I agree.
he's a good player. I mean, I've always rated Nick Madison, and he's.
But I still wouldn't put him in Test matches right now.
You reckon? I think he's been outstanding.
No,
in Sheffield.
I just don't think with all the international level. But look, we're not here to really debate that. At the moment, he's scoring runs, and honestly, he could be on that plane to the West Indies in 2024 for the World Cup.
Is that the ODI or T20?
T20 World Cup. Next year's in India.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think I'll agree with you boys on that. Obviously, very great performance from Nick Madison. Two great opening performances. Special shout out to, like you said, Davos, Joe Clark. Excellent to bring up the first century of BBL 12. Now, boys, the bowler of the week. I'm pretty sure this will be pretty self-explanatory. From the strikers, leading wicket taker at the moment as well.
For what you're going to say, but I was thinking
Henry Thornton. I've watched both of his spells so far because I've watched both the strikers' games. What a man! 9 wickets in two matches, 4 for 20 and 5 for 3. He's got an economy of 3.36 at the moment in T20. How good? How good is that? Oh my goodness, this man is a machine. He reminds me of Brett Lee, and obviously he wears the same number as Brett Lee. There was a big talk about that, but his I don't know, something about it. he's definitely going to be a bowler to watch in the future of BBL, and I'm not sure. He's got something about him, this bloke. What did you boys make of his first 2 games?
You know what's funny? I just realized this. I'm looking back at it now. Henry Thornton was actually part of the Sixers squad back.
Yeah,
in
I was
2000.
about to say that.
Yeah, I actually didn't even realize that. 5-6 years ago, he was in the Sixers squad, and he was one of our main frontline bowlers. In the season, we struggled. Honestly, back then, I actually realized at this time, he was the most. I felt like he was the most average, useless bowler. He was one of those he's all right. He's definitely here for a reason, but he probably should be playing domestically or something. He should have been the Big Bash. 5 years later, he's the talk of the town right now. He's the talk of Adelaide. He destroyed us in the first game with his spell. Didn't give too much runs away, even when the game was in the balance with Christian and still was striking a role. And next thing the Thunder, you talk about Scotty Boland, Henry Thornton is making a name for himself. And honestly, geez, I'd love to have Henry Thornton at the Sixers right now over someone like Ben Dodge. I just wish the best for him, honestly. He looks like a machine at the moment. His Yorkers are fantastic as well.
Yep, definitely. What's your thoughts on Henry Thornton's start to this BBL, Davos?
There's not much to say. I mean, his stats there on the screen just speak for itself. I mean, the guy is fucking quick. He just zips through. And the good thing is he's tough to play because he's like, I compare Thornton to Mark Wood. They're both extremely quick and they're hard to get away. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very happy for Henry Thornton. He's a very good player, and hopefully continues his form throughout the tournament.
Definitely, I agree. I was really big on him. I loved watching the first game he played for Strikers, obviously.
Who did you say you compared him to, Davos?
Mark Wood.
The English bowler.
Yeah.
There's Faraz.
He did a lot of photos with us.
Seems like Faraz was doing that just to brag a little bit about the fact he met Mark Wood. But
yeah.
We'll have a look. But no, Henry Thornton, he's an absolute gun. He'll be in contention for leading wicket taker. I think he's got 9 wickets so far in the first 2 games. The next person is Daniel Sams, who's played 3 games, and he has 7. So, yeah, and then Sandhu's also the next one behind him.
Of course,
played
there's
3
another
games.
former Sixers player in Daniel Sams. Of course.
Yeah.
We just developed the best players, don't we?
As we get a view of what it's like to be between Fraz's legs. Now, that'll end us off for those few things. We'll enter a few questions, but before we get to the questions, I want to ask you boys a very important question, which is, it's not BBL related. Who takes the opening spot when Warner retires? Obviously, a few players in contention. Yes, for the test matches. We'll
Just for
talk about
test
that.
matches?
Because Harris obviously is there. There's been talks that Renshaw could get a chance again. I mean, I know Mitch Marsh has played a few test matches, but I'm not too sure he'd be ready for opening. But who do you boys think? We'll just go quick answers here. Who do you reckon takes over for Warner?
Davis, you can go first.
I've got 3 options. I've got Nick Madison. I've got Harry. Was it Harry or Henry Hunt?
Henry Hunt.
Henry Hunt and Bryce Street.
Street. Yep, absolute gun. What about you? Is it Bryce Street for you as well?
No. Okay.
Oh no.
I've got 3 options like Davos. One is Matty Renshaw.
Ooh,
Second, this guy, he's in the team right now. I'd say Travis Head could open if he can. He can open. He's an opener, but that remains to be seen in what Red Book. And lastly, I think I'm going to say, okay, I've got to go Henry Hunt. Actually, no, I'm going to say Will Pukowski if he's fit.
Oh, how do I know?
Pukowski. I forgot about Pukowski. I think he might end up retiring, obviously.
Another one to look forward to. I know he's extremely young.
If Pukowski doesn't count for you guys, then I'll probably have to say, and this is going to get bashed a lot for me, but might as well just go Cameron Bancroft.
No, fair enough. I know he's extremely.
I did not want to say Marcus Harris. I did not want to say Harris.
I think Teague Wiley. Teague Wiley is our really big future long term opener. He's a freak.
Who does he play for in Sheffield Davis?
Western Australia.
G'day, Lockie. He says Chris Lynn to open. Okay, we'll yeah, good one, man. We'll answer a few questions before.
Curtis Patterson averages 100 in Test cricket. He got dropped.
Oh yeah, true. Because remember that series against Sri Lanka?
Yeah, he got 100 or something. He got dropped first ball.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll answer a few questions and then we'll get going. Try not to get this too long. Six is in trouble for Raz. What do you reckon?
Yeah, they're definitely in trouble, especially for this. Like, it's only 2 games, but especially for the standards, I've not seen what I've liked. So, got to bounce back on Thursday. I think after Thursday, we'll see if we're in a good spot or not, really.
Yeah, definitely. Nick Sam says Canes could win against Perth. Decent total set here.
Don't think
Yeah,
so.
I think
It's not. It could happen. Last time I checked Scorchers are 137 for 5 at the minute.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Hardy and Agar are 2 new batsmen at the crease because Inglis was on fire when I last saw. They could actually win this. Paddy Dooley, mate, he's like a new cult hero.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's only Hardy and Agar there now, so it could be a chance.
They both can smack a ball, so yeah.
Davos, thoughts on Stars win versus Hobart? Just sum this up in a few words.
Oh, pleased, like very, very happy. And Joe Clark, you are a legend.
He is. Scotty Boland can take Australian Prime Minister. Honestly, we don't deserve him. He's too good. What a guy. As we're speaking now, I'm so sorry. Paddy Dooley has 4 for 14 at the moment.
Yeah.
His current over is wicket. And
Holy-
Agar's
wait,
currently
what?
walking.
He's
Agar's away.
Why are you fighting back the Hurricanes?
What?
Yeah, Paddy
Dooley played for the Heat.
He
You must be so salty right now.
he played for us while we were
And boys,
when we were
this is what,
COVID
and boys,
playing.
this is why T20 cricket is so unpredictable. Just like that, this thing happens.
Exactly. As we were talking before, the Hurricanes were the Scorchers were rolling. They were at the point where they were basically needing a run of ball, and now not so much. Oh, it's.
I mean, we all took
getting
the Scorchers,
tough.
so I shouldn't be worried then.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Nick,
they lost another wicket.
Nick Sam says, let Hazelwood take 1 test off for Boland at the G. I agree.
Yeah.
That's definitely for me. That's what I'm doing. I think Boland needs to play at the G. Build the man a statue, especially if he gets another 6 for 7. You have to.
He was picked at the D for a reason last year, so yeah, makes sense.
Stephen Leach is angry we didn't win by 10 wickets.
That's all right. A win's a win, so you take
A win's
it.
a win, but I think
Yeah,
what
true.
more annoyed me is about like we lost 4 wickets. Like I guess like at the time like 1 or 2 wickets it happened, but 4 was a bit annoying. But hey, we're leading 1-0 in the series against Stafford. We struggled to beat them, so we get the win. That's important.
Renshaw or Harris opening, we just discussed this just before. So we have a few different, obviously. If we had to pick between one, I haven't seen too much of Renshaw opening.
I've seen Renshaw bat before. He was really good for us in the summer.
But
He's played in India before, so you probably go with experience, I guess.
I'd probably go Renshaw, but I think Harris eventually will deserve another chance. But I'm not sure if he'll get it. As Paddy Dooley there just nearly got another wicket. He was up and about for that one, but they lost their review. So Paddy Dooley, congratulations on the great bowling
Who's
so
going to
far.
boys? Scorchers or Hurricanes?
Hurricanes now.
Scorchers for me.
If you had asked me 15 minutes ago, I would have said Scorchers, but no.
Is there any reason? I'm sorry, but is there any reason Richardson's in already? They still have 4 wickets in hand.
They bat very.
Yeah, Andrew Ty and look who they got, Berendorf and Peter Haskell. So yeah. And Jai can slog it actually out of the 4.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's just it's very surprising to me that I guess Agar's considered an all-rounder.
Yeah, Ashton's an all-right in a sense. Yeah,
I don't think so. That's they don't bat very deep. Then I don't think. Stars legit could have been 2 from 2. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they could have
Definitely.
been. Renegades look really good to not get the spoon. I agree. They definitely look. They look like they're going to avoid the spoon and possibly even make finals. As Paddy Dooley has just finished his spell for the game, 4 from 16. That over, he bowled wicket.11. Brilliant bowling from Paddy Dooley there. Sad that the Heat managed to let go of him, especially considering he's getting a start now. It's tough. And as Stuart Butcher says, Stoinis back-to-back ducks. I know Davis is not too happy about that.
It's not great. I mean, he's a quality BBL player. We all know.
but at the same time, Davis, you'd be happy that the Stars are still managing to like be competitive without.
Definitely.
So
I mean, obviously, we all. I mean, I want Stoinis.
We all want Stoinis.
We want every Stars player to do well, but like
we love a big hole, but it's about the team as well.
Exactly.
Mm.
He's just in a bit of a slump.
And don't forget,
Stoinis
Stoinis was really our best bat in the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure Stoinis would rather him get a
Yeah.
duck and the Stars win than him score a 50 and
But
lose.
it's
And it's
early, and McDermott's not firing, so yeah.
Yeah. Sixers need Hughes back. I know
Exactly
Faraz
right,
has been talking about this.
Exactly
He
right.
agrees. Sixers batting isn't firing except Silk. They need to show intent, like Faraz covered. Yeah,
Thanks, yeah.
exactly. They do, and yeah, it's not a great look on the Sixers to be sitting in last position, considering they've just made the final last year and won it the year before. Thunder need to put Cutting in. I'm not too sure why he's not in. Honestly, I know.
I
I
also would put Cutting instead of Ross.
No, Ross played
Oh,
well.
not Ross. Ross has been good
Definitely
to
not
start.
Ross.
That is
If
true,
I'm-
but it's so weird they're batting lineup. Like, who would you put? Would you put in for Davis? Even though Davis played good yesterday.
Davies.
Davies was good. If I'm being honest,
Honestly, you could put him over Sam's but Sam's is maybe promote Sam's
Nah,
down.
Sam's
Sam's has been bowling too well.
Yeah, I'm saying put Sam's down. Sam's is not a number 5. You can put Cutting at 5 and Sam's down the order.
Honestly,
you know what? This is a bit of a left field option. You could either send Rousseau to open and then just move everyone up one and then place Cutting at like 7. Because think about it, Gilks has not done anything so far. Played 3 games,
but then they don't have a wicket keeper.
That is actually a good point.
Yeah.
I know Davies keeps.
Does he keep?
I'm pretty sure he does keep.
He may. I'm not sure why Davies is so far down the order, considering
I'm pretty sure he's a keeper. Davies is a keeper. Yeah, hang on.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, then I'm not sure why he's so far down the order. Is he
Is
he a bowler? Does he bowl at all?
You know who should go then? Matthew Jukes. Jukes hasn't
That's
fired
what.
at all.
Yeah, Matthew Jukes has to
Put
go.
Cutting open if you have to. Just put him. Even if Cutting's not firing open, he's better than Jukes. Way better.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Does Davies bowl?
No, Davies.
He doesn't.
Davies is a
Why is he
keeper.
so? Honestly, I'm getting rid of him. Then, if he's so far down the order, there's no point having him in.
Yeah, but he's playing well
he
though.
doesn't bowl.
Gilks. What you do is you get rid of Gilks. He's not performing. You give Davies the gloves, and then you just move everyone up one and put Cutting at like 6.
Yeah, fair. As a quick update on the game, I believe it's down to the last 3 overs. 29 from 18 needed for the Scorchers. I reckon they'll clutch this up, but it'll be tough here. It'll be tough.
Yeah, it can be tough.
Scorchers bowling is insane, but to be honest, their batting doesn't have too much depth. But watch out for Hardy. This is exactly what we were just talking about. It's a bit of concern that Hardy's been dropped.
Oh,
You cannot make it up.
They get a
First
run
ball of the Ellis over, and Hardy's been dropped by Matthew
They get a
Shaw.
run for it?
They got 2. That could have been
that's
a
even
dot
more
ball.
costly.
That is not looking good. He's just straight up dropped. That's a
That's
tough
gonna be
one
the
for
game,
Matthew
though.
Short. It wasn't that tough a catch, but unlucky there for Matthew Short. R6 is still a threat to the title. It'll take a few games to tell. Like
think
Faraz
if
said,
it's really tough to say right now on this season. But if anything, like this, you don't rule out teams like the Sixers and Scorcher. I think we've earned the respect to be considered a threat still. So we just have to wait a few more games.
yeah, definitely. Faraz enjoying every wicket of that Thunder innings. I reckon he definitely did. I was enjoying it, and I personally I don't mind the Thunder. I like them, but I was enjoying watching that strikers bowling attack. Thunder batting looks good on paper, but Wowie hasn't fired except yesterday. Even yesterday, it's again.
Realistically, they should have got more. To be honest, they should have got more.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, yeah, it definitely looks good on paper, but yeah, it's not the best there. Abbott or Siddle? I'm going to take Siddle.
If you're talking longer format, you take Siddle. If you're talking T20, 100% Abbott.
I mean, if you talk about BBL, like Cyril is one of the greatest, but I have to go Abbott simply because he's just the best.
Abbott's.
He hasn't fired so far, but he's still the best. Regardless.
I don't know
I'm
whether
gonna
you
take-
agree with me, Fraz, but
Sorry?
Abbott does still not get the credit he deserves, in my opinion.
Well, I'm going to take Siddle for consistency. Honestly, he's
Abbott's
every
consistent,
year in the
but,
B.
like, but if you're saying
I mean,
this season,
Yeah, well, but Siddle just
He's had
every
an off
year.
game against the Scorchers. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Do you think BBL is too long? I think it's too short.
I
Honestly,
agree.
It only goes
What?
for a couple of
It
weeks.
finishes in February. Is that short for you?
I don't think it's too long.
Bro,
I
it goes for
definitely don't
2 months.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
it's
okay.
not-
Look, Davis, I don't know about you, but I really miss the odd format where you just play 10 games. I think that's just simple.
No, I don't miss
What?
that at all.
No.
14 is just too long, then. Would you have 12 games then instead for each club?
No.
Well, as
Yeah.
is, they're only playing 14 games, aren't they? They played each team twice.
They probably
So,
have
and-
to
and
start
what-
early December and they finish it by the time 21 starts. School next
I
week.
reckon it. Honestly, I said I think BBL's too short. Actually, I'm going to go back on that. I think it's exactly the length it should be, because
Yes.
it finishes. It could maybe
I
go for
actually
a bit
agree, but he
longer.
has to start earlier. It can't finish in February.
No,
No,
it's good that it finishes in February because it gives us something to do while we're waiting for the footy season. Honestly, what else are we meant to
preseason
watch?
and all that, bro, then, I mean, I guess you got a point.
Yeah, in my opinion, BBL is perfectly timed, maybe a bit
Yeah.
too short.
In that sense, I agree with you as a footy fan myself, so yeah. And Richardson's hit a 4.
Yeah, very good. Good over there for the Scorchers there. 2-1-1-1, 4 wide and
I just want to see the
1.
finishing. I actually want to see this game.
They need 18 from 12.
Hmm.
So they need to go at 9. Only 9 and over. That's not too bad. We'll get to the last
Yeah.
couple questions. Would you promote Carey to open in Test? Honestly, that is an option
wouldn't.
too. I feel like he's very down the order for how good of a batsman he is, Carey.
He's
He's
a
opened
great-
before in ODI cricket, so it's a shout.
I mean, but the thing is, if you're promoting him to open, then who do you move down to? Is it 7? I mean, I guess in that point, if you want, you could play Boland and Hazelwood in the same team with Stark and Cummins and not.
It would
and
leave
Lyon,
out less batting, but still, you got to rely on the top 5.
So no, but to answer your question, no. For me, Carey stays where he is, and
I don't
it's
think
going to
I
be Harris
would,
or
but
Renshaw.
It's not the worst thing that happens, considering our team problems.
What's more shit, Stoinis or BKR's YouTube channel?
Lockie, you can't talk right now, man. They're like,
That's all right.
YouTube channel.
I agree.
Well-
I mean, you know how BKR goes to the NRL and brings that little bloody drum with him. What you should do, you should get the mallet and bloody whack his own head so he knocks some sense into him.
funny thing is, I was actually just randomly watching a video of his today.
Bro, he's more delusional than a bloody 2-year-old, but it's all right.
He's more.
As,
I wouldn't say he's actually. Yeah, he's more of the arrogant sort of guy. But we won't
Lachlan
go
says
into-
commentate the last 12 balls. Well, there's only 9 left now, and it's been such a great over. Oh no, it's a wicket. Hardy has fallen.
Oh no!
With 9 balls remaining, it's a wicket from this over from Shadab Khan so far. What an over it
Please,
is.
Hurricanes. I don't want us to be the only team that hasn't won a game. Hurricanes, please don't leave us.
Oh no. Wow.
Why are the Hurricanes going to beat the Scorchers, but not fucking us?
Because I think what people need to realize is that Scorchers only really play well at home.
No,
that's
don't worry, Faraz. If Hurricanes win this game, Sixers won't be the only team who haven't won a game yet.
Yeah, he haven't won a game.
Wait, who are you playing next game?
Renegades.
Renegades again.
Renegades.
The Heat's draw is so weird. Okay, listen to this. Sorry, but I'm sorry to bring this up, but listen to this. So Renegades to open, and then we have Strikers. Then we have Thunder, and then Sixers, Scorchers. Like we play so many teams back to back.
The Heat stars. It's gonna be my favorite.
Oh, bro, honestly, you can just bring out the knives, the guns, whatever you want between Lockie and Davis. That's going to be a riot.
That's all right. I'm
not even joking. I'm more excited for that matchup than Sixers Thunder. You guys just hype it up so much. I just want to see it.
Well, they've got 8 balls left. We might as well stick on and talk about these last.
Wait,
balls.
can you get it up on the screen?
I can't. Yeah. I think it. I'm not too sure if it's free to air. And
hang on, I've got K on my phone. Do you want me to play
please.
like the?
I've got it up right now. There's only 7 balls left in the game. What an over from Shadab Khan so far. 1 wicket, 1-1. He's bowling the final ball of the over now. Tie. they've kept it to a single,
14
and
off the
Ty
last
will be
over.
on strike for the final over. 14 runs
I
needed.
feel like going to my TV and watching, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
Who's bowling the last over? That's the true
Boys,
question.
am I allowed
Who's
to go to my
bowling?
TV
Yeah,
and
no,
watch it? Or do I have to stay here?
it'll
Is
be,
it
it won't be Paris.
Ellis?
I think that, no, I reckon it has to be either Ellis or Nation.
Boys, am I allowed to go to my TV or do I have to stay here? Cool.
You can go to your TV if you want. Go ahead, bro.
All right, mate. I'll be back.
Go ahead. We'll talk to you later, Faraz. But for everyone
Up the
else,
Scorchers.
if you feel like, if you feel like listening to what we have to say, stick around because
Wait, do you want
Davos
to
and
go
I-
one ball each? Do you want to go one ball each?
We'll go one ball each. We'll go one ball each for sure.
All right. So wait, what are you up to? Because our KOs could be behind.
I'm not too sure. You commentate this first ball here.
All right. Ellis to tie. Oh, straight up. Safe. They get 2 from that, I think. Yeah,
Great.
2 runs. So 12 from 5 needed.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit ahead of you here. So the second ball for me is Ellis is walking back to his mark now.
Yeah, same. Ellis is
12
walking
from
back to mine.
5. This is going to be a tough ask of the Scorchers here. But I mean, did somebody say super over? I'm not
this
sure. I'm just
All right.
saying.
All right, your go. Ellis is
Ty.
going.
He's having a swing in the back here. He's ready to go. Ellis steams in. Ty misses. It's a dot ball, a very valuable dot ball for Nathan Ellis and the Hurricanes. Sorry, you've got this next ball here, Davos, man. 12 from 4. What would you be doing here if you're the Scorchers?
I would do anything to get Richardson on strike, even if it's just a single. You need him on strike.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Because what Ellis will do is Ellis will just bowl. All right, Ellis to tie. Oh, I'd club that, but down at 2, long off for 1. All right, Richardson needs a boundary here. To be honest,
Definitely.
I wouldn't mind a ramp shot against Ellis because Ellis will either bowl Yorkers or he'll just bowl slower balls.
Exactly. So I've got the third last ball here. Richardson on strike. He needs a 6 would be so valuable here. Ellis, Richardson, along the ground. It's a shorter ball. It's a great delivery. And that will just be 1. 10 needed from the last 2. They need to hit a
So
6,
boundary.
you can imagine.
Go the ramp. I mean, you can't go ramp off a short ball, but like. Ten off 2 needed for the Scorchers as Ellis
That's it. Game over. Fuck.
goes in. Brilliant by Ellis.
Great delivery. And that'll be it. I've got the last ball here. 9 runs needed from the 1 ball. Unless it's a no ball 6, in which it would be a free hit for the last one with 3 runs needed. I can't see anything happening here. Ellis walking back to his mark. Boys, buckle in. As long as he bowls a fair delivery here, the Hurricanes have won their first game of the season. Thank you all for sticking with us in this stream. Matthew Wade smiling. Nathan Ellis storms in. It's up in the air. Richardson hits that quite well. It'll be caught. And they'll end the game with a wicket. Nathan Ellis gets his first of the wicket of the night. And the Hurricanes, they win by 8 runs. What a game that was, boys. I'm happy to be able to have been able to commentate those last 12 balls with you boys. What a game that was. And that'll end us off tonight. And what a night it's been. It's been a nice stream. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you so much for tuning in on tonight's episode. Usually Lachlan would do the outro. I'll just finish us off here. By the way, tomorrow night, it's a commentary night tomorrow. Lachlan will be back. I'll be here doing some commentary. Faraz and Davos might even join us on tomorrow night. I believe it's the Thunder versus the Strikers. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be a good game. I don't think Thunder will get all out for 15 this time. Maybe they might get 16 and above. We'll have a look. But thank you so much for joining us tonight with the Final Siren podcast, and we wish you the best. Have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining.
Cheers, legends.